Hey guys, we're going to go for our first FPV flight on the FOHDY. Also first flight for the RunCam Eagle test flight. Here we go.
Okay guys, so this is going to be a narrated flight of my Legit Wing FOHDY, which is the 40-inch wing from Team Legit. I think I'm going to do a full narration of the entire flight, which is about 8 minutes long. I'm not going to talk the entire time, just to let you guys know. So you guys may have seen some of this footage on my last video, which is the RunCam Eagle FPV cam. So I used part of that for this because I was mating both RunCam Eagle, and this is also my very first FPV flight with the FOHDY. Everything else has been line of sight. You know, when I'm flying line of sight, I can get a lot crazier. I can do lots of rolls and lots of loops, and I can go much lower to the ground and a lot of proximity. Now, obviously when I'm doing FPV like this on kind of a cruiser wing, I tend to not be quite as crazy when I'm doing FPV because I don't want to hit the ground, especially with the new plane. And just to let you guys know, this is Kite Hill, and it is notorious for being windy, and you might not be able to see it. I mean, you'll be able to see it when you look at the flag that I'm flying just over right now. But this portion where I'm flying into right now is the lift band, and I always get a lot of turbulence there. But here we're going into the wind, and as I turn around and go back the opposite way, obviously there's going to be a bit of a tailwind. And here, you know, I'm flying directly into the sun, so I was kind of testing the RunCam Eagle, which does a fantastic job looking into the sun. Now, this is the RunCam 2 that I'm recording this on, and I actually lightened the midtones just a little bit to so that when we are flying into the sun, some of those midtones are a little bit lighter, because it does tend to get a bit dark with the RunCam 2, and it's just part of having an HD camera that is as good as the RunCam 2. But most of these HD cameras do get pretty dark flying into the sun. The one thing that I always look at when I'm looking at HD cameras is, what does the sky look like? And basically, I like the sky to look extremely natural. Like my Turnigy 2K camera, before I did the firmware upgrade on it, the sky was always kind of a dingy purpley blue that was very strange to look at. When I look at the RunCam here, it's so natural looking, and the colors down on the ground are also very natural looking. A lot of times when the sky is real blue like this, like a natural blue, a lot of times the ground, the browns and everything get very, very reddish. So hats off to RunCam. I really like the RunCam, so if you guys can't tell. Plus they sent me the very first one in the United States, so that was helps out when I'm doing a review. Alright, so guys, I'm kind of flying over the regional park right here, getting a little close to the treetops. I'm getting a little bit more brave with my Legit Wing FOHDY. Also doing a little bit of acro here. It's definitely different doing acro FPV rather than line of sight, as I just went over a second ago. But it's just a real fun area to fly, because you're at the top of the hill. I mean, very few places that you can actually stay on the top of the hill and kind of look down on your airplane as you're flying it. So here we are, into the sun one more time, just for prosperity. Like I said, this is a very windy day, and the Legit Wing really coped with the wind very, very well. You can see that it's not jerking around too much. One of the things I always notice with the Legit Wings compared to other wings that I've flown is that it always, if you on the roll axis, some wings, if they're not properly tuned or has a wrong airfoil, sometimes as you're rolling and you stop rolling, the wing will actually continue to roll. With the Legit Wing, when you put your stick back to center, it stops on a dime and it actually shudders a little bit, because it's such an accurate flyer, and with the winglets and the center skids, it really helps here. Getting a little far over traffic there. We might skip forward here to some slightly higher altitude flying here. Let me just see how it goes here. Oh yeah, going right over the cactus there. And these clouds were so nice on this day. It's just what a wonderful day. This is what we look forward to, you know, every evening as we are coming home from work. And I always pull off and say, hey, I got to do a quick flight. There's a little parking lot down there. I think this is the point in the video where I'm going to start to get a little bit of altitude. I think it would go up to maybe around 300 feet or so, but it just, because we're in the city in the middle of suburbia here, that actually not suburbia because we're around some hills, but you know, we definitely it definitely starts to look a lot higher than it actually is. Yeah, here we are. So I am kind of circling around and getting higher, and you can start to see in the distance a lot farther and clearer. And I really like getting up to altitude in this area because things start to look vastly different. You can see the Laguna Niguel regional lake over there where they do some fishing. There's the Ziggurat building. It's a federal building. I think it's called the Chet Holyfield Federal Building. And there's the intersection down below Kite Hill where you do not want to land your airplane. And across the way is Laguna. It is called Aliso and Woods Canyon. I do a lot of mountain biking around there. Fantastic area to mountain bike. If you're ever in the area, let me know. Alright, so just to let you guys know, for the past, I forgot to mention it, when I was at high altitude, for about the last minute, I basically was motor off and just gliding into the wind, which is really, really nice. So one thing you can do with a legit wing is when you power off, you don't immediately start dropping out of the sky. It has a really nice glide ratio. So, well, okay guys, thank you so much for joining my video. We're going to be coming in for a landing here in just a moment. I have to say that I feel extremely lucky for living in an area. This is kind of just out of my backyard here, so I get to have this awesome hill at my disposal. Here I'm doing an FPV landing, goggles on. Thought I did a pretty good job. Alright guys, talk to you guys soon.